Have you heard or can you feel that humanity has changed timelines and we're not on the best one? Does that freak you out a little bit? Well, it did freak me out a bit, but I had to snap out of it, and I snapped out of it very quickly. Why? Because whatever we focus on grows. And why would I focus on that negative aspect that we've changed timelines? We're not on the best one. Or look at all the chaos in the world. If I focus on that, it's just going to grow bigger. We're actually where we're supposed to be because where we are is perfect and evolving. Perhaps humanity has more lessons to learn. Perhaps we need to see that we're all really alike, and our differences, although it may be big differences such as culture, religion, political views, things like that, are really not that big of differences. They're just what makes us unique. And it's time for humanity to find some common ground. Because if we continuously look at things to argue over, well, the arguing of this planet is only going to get bigger. And how do we get on that best timeline? Through compassion, understanding, patience, having the ear to hear another person's perspective, finding common ground with those that we think we'll never find common ground with. It is time for humanity to grow up. It's time for us to wake up out of the illusion of separation. We are all divine beings of God. We're all human. We all have this want to be seen, want to be loved, want to have shelter and food, want our families to be okay. Every human just wants the same thing, but it's not done in the exact same way. For instance, not everybody wants A, B, and C. Some people want X, Y, Z. Why do we all have to be the same? Being the same would be really boring. The reason we're all so different is because we have this beautiful mosaic of differences to learn from. How could we learn tolerance and compassion if we were all the same? It's time to stop focusing on our differences. It's time to stop focusing on the negativity and the chaos that's happening on the planet. And it's time to start creating, visualizing, being passionate about a future where compassion, love, joy, and happiness actually are weaving through our systems. Now, some people will say, Brenda, you're in La La Land. That's never going to happen. And I disagree. I do not just sit and think it's going to happen. I know in my heart we're going to get there. And we may not be on the best timeline to get through to ascension faster. And ascension is a gradual growing and learning. It's that purging of the darkness within and bringing in the light. It's work that has to be done on an individual level and a collective level. But I know we're going to make it. There's no way we're not going to make it. The question I have sometimes is, how long will it take? What timeline are we on? And you know what? Then I just let it go and decide where we are is perfect. And if humanity needs to learn some lessons, so be it. But right now, if you start connecting with your divinity, there's a bunch of things we're worried about. Imagine they're like landmines all over, or potholes. Let's just say they're potholes. Once you connect to your divinity and you start getting that guidance and discernment, you're going to weave around and around those potholes. You don't have to fall into them. Just because they might be on a timeline that says this is going to happen or this is most likely to happen on this timeline does not mean it has to happen. This is where we have free will to change our perspective, look at a higher outcome, and really focus towards it. Not giving our focus to the scary things, the fear, the messaging that we're getting that is false. Did you know how magnificent you are? Do you know you're a magnificent being of light? You know that if you're living in fear, it's just an illusion. And the illusion doesn't just end immediately. For some it does. But for some, it's more of a gradual awakening. Imagine you're looking out a window through these little glasses and this is all you see. Well, if we all suddenly took off your glasses, it would be too much to handle if you knew the truth. But if you have those glasses on, those beliefs, those perceptions, and you slowly start to open them up and open them up and open them up, you're going to do it at a rate that you can handle. And the rate you can handle is known by your higher self, your soul. So it's going to bring circumstances, it's going to bring messages to you, and they might be repetitive to slowly break those programs, those filters, so you can start to see. And sometimes you think your world's gone upside down. You're like, oh my gosh, how did I believe that? I'm going to give you an example just of something that recently came to me. I was a little girl. Well, once upon a time I was a little girl, and I watched The Wizard of Oz. Now, The Wizard of Oz, I remember the Wicked Witch of the West being extremely scary. They made me feel like she was going to hurt everyone in the world. I was terrified. I didn't even like the movie The Wizard of Oz. I thought everything was creepy about it, but that witch was very creepy. So I didn't really watch that movie in my older age, but then I did with my kids because I thought, oh, let's watch Wizard of Oz. And again, the Wicked Witch is portrayed very scary. But I watched the movie Wicked recently with my daughter. And it's one of the movies before Wizard of Oz, before the Wicked Witch became the Wicked Witch of the West. And wow, was I duped. I actually fell in love with the Wicked Witch of the West because she thought more authentically. She had dreams of more inclusive, more diverse thinking. She was a leader. But because she was going against the programming or the mainstream messaging, what did they need? She was a threat. So what did they do? They made her the bad person, the Wicked Witch of the West. Now there's another movie coming out. I'm not promoting Wicked, but wow, I felt duped. And was it wrong for me to be duped as a child watching that? And even, later on in life? No. I was in the program. I was listening to what was being fed to me. She's the bad one. She's the bad one. But then when you watch it from a different, I'm wiser now. I've done a lot of work. I can see what mainstream is trying to feed us. I get that. I've had my awakening. But watching Wicked from a different set of eyes was so enlightening. Yet, I was a little sad. A little sad that there are so many people still in the illusion. And what does the illusion try to make us do? It tries to make us feel small, like you don't matter. What do humans want? We want to matter. We want to contribute. We want to be in our strength and our empowerment. But we don't even know how because we've always been told you're not good enough. Be quiet. Listen. Oh, you want to be different. No one's going to like you. But the beautiful thing in this new energy, it's okay to be different. But right now, as the world seems to be in its chaos, I'm not even going to list what's going on there because you know. Take that time to reconnect to who you truly are. Find that peace within and start connecting and reconnecting to who you truly are. Because you are a magnificent being. You are so powerful in your thoughts. You are so powerful that you came here to forget who you are and find out who you are. Again, it's fun, right? It's fun. But when it's very challenging, sometimes it's not so fun. But start working on yourself. Start working on your fears. Start doing that shadow work within. It's in you to do the work. This is being fearless to find out what makes you tick. What makes you love life, what makes you not love life, what makes you scared, what makes you excited. Find out who you are. Because as you start tapping into that uniqueness of you, you're going to fall in love with yourself. And that love is going to shine. And as you shine, you're going to light up others. And we can light up this planet in light, and we can move to that better timeline. Stop wasting your time worrying about what's happening on this planet, and instead use your energy to create the planet that we all want. Well, maybe not all of us want, but the ones watching want. Because if you want something besides peace, love, and compassion, joy, excitement, harmony, and peace, and all that good stuff, you're probably not listening to me anyway. So let's create the world we want. Stop giving energy to the stuff that doesn't resonate, and start giving energy to those things that do resonate. You have it in you. Where you are is perfect. You are loved beyond measure. And I know we're going to get through this in flying colors. Just one day at a time.